Hello, this is Alan Wheeler broadcasting from my office here at the college. And today I want to let the tarot cards tell the secrets of Wonder Woman. And I've drawn three cards from the Smith-Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition. And I found that I need to draw them in advance and sit with them in order to make any coherent sense. So I did my normal process of shuffling 8 times and drawing cards, but I did sit with those overnight. Now, by way of introduction, I knew a little and went a little further into the background, and the creator was William Marston, and he had a bit of a unusual background. Now, Wonder Woman, really, she's one of the big three original superheroes that came out in World War II, Superman and Batman being the others. And Marston, along with his wife Elizabeth and along with Olive Byrne, who apparently all three were secretly in a polyamorous relationship, came up with this character. And it was based in feminism, and Marston himself thought that this would be the ideal leader, a strong and loving woman. And so the character was birthed in that ideology. One other strange tidbit in the original comics, Wonder Woman was often bound in chains and breaking free, so much to the point that the editors complained about that. And Marston said that bondage and submission is a respectable and noble practice. And so I won't go further into that, but in all fairness, it's also a good symbol of breaking free, as far as feminism goes. But there's some strange background there. Now, the popularity over the years has been unwaning and unfailing, and probably due to the archetype of the warrior that's in play, and in this case, the warrior woman. And so we're familiar with the Amazons and Joan of Arc, Mulan, Hua Mulan from China, Athena and Artemis from the Greeks, Athena and Kali of the Hindu, Durga of the Hindu, Sekhmet of the Egyptian, and the Morrigan, the great queen from the Celtic mythology. And as any followers of these various goddesses or archetypes will proclaim, they're not all dark. It's not all darkness in these archetypes, in these characters. So with that as a background, I drew three cards from the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. The first one is the Seven of Wands. And so here we see the figure is the king of the mountain, and in this case, the queen of the mountain in the highest place of victory there. And so we know that the Princess Diana was the greatest of the Amazons. It reminds me of an actual scene from the movie when Wonder Woman leaps into a steeple to get rid of a sniper there, and the whole top of the church building explodes, and out of the dust and the rubble, she walks out and stands there above the cheering crowds and receiving her adoration for winning that battle. And many other scenes in that movie bring out this energy. And early in the movie, she is kind of a savior of sorts, pulling Steve from drowning in the waves and pulling him up onto the beach. But this card also reminds me there's two storylines really that we see of course in the 1940s, similar to the first Wonder Woman movie. There's the warfare and the battles in which Wonder Woman wins at the war front, and she's in that role more obviously as the warrior archetype. In the 1980s and other series, she's more of the peace bringer, and you don't see her with the sword and the shield as we do in that first movie. So the cards are kind of ratifying that warrior archetype for us. The next card I pulled was also Wands, and this is the Page of Wands. And this, again, kind of tells a secret. It reminds me of the original origin story, because the page is in the Golden Dawn system is associated with Earth. And in the original origin story, Wonder Woman was formed out of clay, and then the Greek gods, Hippolyta, kind of breathed spirit into that clay, similar to the way that Adam was formed in the Genesis story. And then later, the origin was retconned, and she was said to be the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta. So this takes me back. But it also just speaks to the energy of, in some decks, this is a princess or daughter. The page is a young person here, but it's that fiery energy again, that fighting, feisty, fierce energy. But here, it's almost childlike or innocent, the use of force, very pure, I feel. And so it's almost as if that fire is grounded in care and compassion, the way Marston said the ideal leader would be. And so the kind of the yin and the yang are mixed well, they're integrated well. The last card I drew was the Nine of Cups, which is popularly known as the Wish card. And it reminds me of the old cliche that of character creation and celebrity creation, that men will want to be with her, and women will want to be her. And in a positive light, that's energizing and fulfilling, that archetype. In shadow, or in a negative sense, it could be hypersexualized and heteronormative, some have argued. But in another way, it's empowering and liberating, this character, this energy. So if you go back to some of the old goddesses, for example, Freya and Ishtar, from the Norse and from the Mesopotamian, they're both goddesses of warfare, and at the same time, they're beautiful and abundant, kind of in that womanly role of the empress at the same time. So this kind of, if we look at this in the light, this archetype can be strong and brave, fierce and tough, and at the same time can love children, eat ice cream, can take on a man but not depend on that man, but be independent at the same time. So I'll close here with that food for thought. But in one online article, I saw the author asked, WWWD, what would Wonder Woman do? And so I'll close there. And thank you for watching. And as always, I hope you will find connection in your life, with people in your life, with online community, and on your spiritual path, whatever that may be. Take care.